It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got two teams who were AFC rivals for almost 25 years. It's the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks under the lights on Monday night.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, welcoming you to the end of week 1 of the 2022 season. And the appeal for this one, it's obvious. No surprise it's been saved for primetime, CD. These two franchises involved in a blockbuster deal in the offseason that, of course, dealt that quarterback from Seattle to Denver, and now he gets to face his former team.
That quarterback, Russell Wilson, and his first game back in Seattle, his biggest deal, making sure he goes to the proper locker room. Let's face it, Denver had to have a quarterback. We're used to this franchise being one of the best ones in the NFL. 5 straight losing seasons despite talented rosters. Seattle, they experienced their first losing season last year since 2011, going 7-10. As we begin this new season, high expectations for both, but both with major differences.
The first of 2 here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center, guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years.
Opening drive of the game, and the Denver Broncos with the football, and they are ready to rock. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
But not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week 1, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have those starters ready for week 1, guys still have to practice. They still have to train, and injuries do crop up. You're exactly right about that, though, Brandon. None of the people supporting this team wanted to see that graphic on the screen at the start of this game. Previously, the understudy to Noah Fant, Albert Okwuegbunam finally gets his shot at the starting job in his 3rd season in the NFL. Plenty of us remember his 4.49 40-yard dash at the 2020 Combine, so we know he's an athlete and can really stretch the field if they use him right in this offense. I'd say that play right there is a nice illustration of what to expect.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. These fans here in Seattle getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs. And Russell's 10 seasons in a Seahawk uniform. He went 104, 53-1 in the regular season. Threw for over 37,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns. A Pro Bowler 9 of his 10 seasons with the Seahawks. And, of course, led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare.
On second down now, this defense sort of finding themselves with their backs against the wall. Ball in the red zone. On 2nd and 7, Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to make it 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take.
Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense.
Got a man, it's Jeudy, complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe put a zone blitz scheme.
Now in a pretty difficult situation is this defense up to the task. Ball in the red zone. 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Let's see if the defense is up to a tough task. Ball inside the red zone. 3rd down and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Play action. It's Wilson. On the move to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
the 7. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him.
A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this 3rd down stop in the 3rd quarter?
This will be caught. Judy.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the...
A 3rd down situation coming up in the 3rd quarter, and this defense hoping to turn that 3rd down into 4th. Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And up.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
The kick by McManus is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with.
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on 3rd down.
73 yards on the ground now for Gordon. 1st down.
A give to Williams, running right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Javonte Williams. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter.
Broncos quick. Check.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hart.
And he is going to have a Seahawks.
A field goal does him no good here as we drop you into this situation. Offense staying out there, and they are going on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice. This offense has been lighting the scoreboard up. Now the question, can they add to their lead? We drop you in a red zone situation in the 2nd half. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Broncos, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.